one of the most important features in Tympo that makes it stand out from some of the other drum machines or drum instruments that you might own is the ability to change the feel of a beat or groove. So I want to do a quick tutorial on that today. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. Tympo is going to load with this 120 tempo beat. There is nothing drawn into the feel lane. This is a totally straight beat. And for my example today, I want to start with a beat that is already swung. And I picked one out already. Let's grab this one, 94 Busybody. So I'm going to set my DAW to 94 beats per minute. You don't have to, but that is kind of where I envision that beat happening. And here's how it sounds. So you can hear it has a bit of swing to it. Let's check this feel button and go over to the Beatmaker page and just kind of look at what's happening first. So as you can see, as we move the mod wheel, there are some squares that kind of have little rectangles that go down. Basically, this is, if you push any of these down, it's going to make the hit late. If you were to draw it up, that would make it early. And so let's hear what happens if we straighten this out. So not nearly as cool. So how do we take a beat that is straight and make it swung if there's nothing drawn in there? Well, basically, to swing a beat that's similar to this, you're going to look for whatever lane has the smallest subdivisions, or basically you're trying to get to 16th notes. So with 8 steps and changing the subdivision to 2, you're going to see that this 16th note pattern is happening in the hi-hat for sure. In the snare, you get some that are going to fall into that second subdivision in the rectangle. So there's going to be some hits that are affected there. Same with the kick. But the hi-hat is the busiest thing in here. And that's the thing that I think showcases how you do how you make it swing. So 8 steps, subdivisions of 2 in most of these. And it looks like we're making the second one of every one of these bars late. That is where the swing happens. And now I have an open hi-hat right there that just kind of stands on its own. But this is how you're going to make a beat swing, by skipping the first one and taking every other 16th note and making it late. Now, how late? That's up to you. If you want to swing it even further, you could. But I think what we had originally was probably something closer to this. But Tympo is a performative drum library, so you're welcome to make the groove or the swing change as you go throughout. You can make it swing more in some places and less in others. But on some basic level, that is how you swing a beat. You're going to need to create 16th note subdivisions by creating 8 steps, 2 subdivisions of each, and then pushing back every other hit, leaving off the first one. Okay, let's look at a straight beat now. So we'll just load up this 120 tempo beat. I'm going to go ahead and put my DAW at 120. And this is a beat that we just make. It's almost like you can use this beat to practice on or whatever, since there's really nothing drawn in or going on. But let's hear it as it loads. And I think this is actually going to be too fast to swing it. I think it's going to sound kind of weird. So let's just slow it down a little bit. Okay, we're at 92 now, so let's just try that. Now, like I said, first thing we're going to do is we need to create some subdivisions of 16th notes somewhere. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the hi-hat. And hold down Option and then drag your mouse up, and that will do that to all the lanes for you. Although actually another shortcut you could do, this is getting there in a little bit different way, but you can just use this shortcut to create 16th notes. Now it's going to show 16 individual steps. It doesn't really matter, but that's a good starting point. Now let's open up the feel lane And again, skip the first one. We're going to take every other one of these and pull it down. Not only that, any other hits that happen that are right in line with this, we're going to pull those down too. And we're not really seeing any until we get here to the end. And so let's hear this. Here is basically this beat swung. And then we can lessen the effect of that by turning the mod wheel down, since we have our feel button checked. Yeah, not bad. That's pretty good. There are lots of other types of feel that you can dial in. There's other beats. Braggage. I think this one had some feel drawn in that was kind of interesting. Yes, this is one where I basically took most every lane that happens in this beat and I make it drag as it gets to the midpoint and then kind of catch back up. We can listen to that. So just a little bit of like a push and pull happening in the measure itself, which we can, if we check feel, we can straighten it out all the way if we want to. We can exaggerate that drag. But that, in a nutshell, is how we use feel to straighten out a beat, to swing a beat, or make variations on a beat. I hope this was useful.